In this session, we're going to talk about the evolution of computers in the sense how did we start from counting using fingers, toes, sticks, and pebbles, and how did we come to the modern digital computers? So, we first start with the abacus, go towards Napier's bone, slide rule, and so on. But before we get into the discussion about different mechanical computing devices, it's important to understand that you're not expected to have a detailed understanding of how these particular devices work or function. You're just expected to have a basic idea about what functions or what things these particular devices can do. All right, so let's take a look at our first and most popular mechanical calculating device, which is one of the earliest device ever invented for calculating or doing basic mathematics. So the abacus is the earliest mechanical calculating device. It is used for performing basic arithmetic operations like addition, subtraction, multiplication, and division. Abacus has been used in different parts of the world, but its origin is credited to China. The thing about abacus is these particular beads, okay, these beads represent the digits of different numbers, whereas these vertical lines known as chords represent the value of a number before and after the decimal digits. The word abacus actually stands for abundant beads addition calculation utility system. So abacus even till today is quite used, especially in the schools in rural areas of India. Abacus is used to teach basic addition and subtraction at an early age during your schooling. The next development after abacus was in the year 1614, a gentleman by named John Napier proposed the Napier bones. This was used for finding quotients and doing multiplication of two numbers. You could multiply any large number with another number provided the second number was between 2 to 9. So the unique thing about Napier's bone was you had rods like this. You had totally 9 rods representing digits between 1 to 9. And you had a rod or a fixed rod for the digit 0. So Napier's bones materials were made out of wood, it could be metal, it could be ivory, and any other common material available at that particular point of time. So Napier's bone were quite extensively used post their invention for multiplication and finding quotients. After Napier's bones, the next significant development is that of the slide rule. William Oughtred, a British clergyman, is credited with the invention of the slide rule. The interesting thing about slide rule is even till 1915 and 60s, slide rule was extensively used in engineering and other technical application. The slide rule works on the principle of having two logarithmic scales. There is one logarithmic scale here, there is a second logarithmic scale here. It is basically used for multiplication, division, trigonometric functions, finding the roots, but very rarely used for addition and subtraction. In fact, slide rules were commercially produced by a number of companies and extensively used worldwide. So the two logarithmic scales help us do all these basic operations of multiplication and division, logs, exponentiation, trigonometry, and so on. Now, if you understand, there are certain rules of logarithms. In logarithms, multiplication can be implemented as addition and division can be implemented as subtraction. So using this basic principle, the slide rule was used.